Hello, Avalor. Welcome back to another episode of The Magic Within, your podcast resource for all things Elena of Avalor. We are coming to you live from our Elena of Avalor Discord server. In our Lunarific podcast tonight, we will be discussing the amazing Elena of Avalor's most recent episode, Luna's Big Leap, the legend and lore behind the mischievous dragallos, and more. And of course, joining me tonight is the rest of the squad, your podcast princesses. We have Lady C.
Hi everyone, it's Chrissy from New Zealand.
And then Lady J, which is me from California. And Lady A.
Hey guys, it's Amelia from Oregon.
Lady G.
Hello, it's Georgia from Greece.
And last but not least, Lady B.
Hey, it's Becky coming to you from Germany.
Okay, before we start tonight's episode review, we have some breaking EOA news. A huge congratulations to the Elena of Avalor team for their win in the Daytime Emmys. The amazing The amazing EOA team won a Daytime Emmy Award for outstanding casting. Can you blame them?
Woo! Yes.
Also, a special mention that Elena of Avalor also had 6 nominations as well. Well done, team. We are all so proud.
Woohoo! Yay!
Yes, so good.
Okay guys, speaking of Elena of Avalor news, we have a scandal in the midst. Dun dun dun.
Wow.
Oh yes, sugar on ya. It was brought up online that a TV show called Shield Hero had used the exact design of Elena's tiara.
Oh my
The
gosh.
exact design.
I
all they
saw
did-
that.
Right, all they did was just alter the colours, I think they changed it to silver with pink and green opposed to gold with red. So, uh-oh. The scandal.
For sure.
How dare they? Tisk, tisk, tisk.
All right, so leaping into our new episode tonight, Luna's Big Leap, written by the one and only Tom Rogers and directed by the lovely Nathan Shue. In this Luna-centric episode, we are meeting a new species of magical creatures called the dragallos that have gotten loose and are literally consuming Viastrea. Luna has a chance to join the King's Guard if she can help capture those loose dragallos. But first, she must learn to work with her assigned partner, a veteran guard named Tornado.
Yeah, and so the episode starts out from like the very, very beginning just with the title card when it says Luna's Big Leap. And then right after that, you hear Luna's voice and she's like, ooh, I like the sound of that. And it just made me laugh so much.
That was hilarious.
It's such her personality, and just being able to like see that just from right off the bat from the very beginning, I thought it was great.
Yeah. And then we see Elena fencing again, which it's been a while. I thought it was really cool to see her fencing with guard. What was his name? Miguel? Was that his name? Yeah. I mean, but I'm also like, wow, Gabe is still gone? What the heck?
So sad.
Right?
I miss him.
Me too.
That only means he'll come back soon, so that's good.
I hope so.
Yeah. But it's cool to see that she's working on her non-magical fighting skills while her scepter's still gone. So good on her for, getting her head in the game.
What surprises me is that Elena is so competitive. Like, she pretty much cheated to win this match.
Did you notice though? It kind of felt like a little throwback to Curse of El Guapo when Gabe was fighting with Rico in the locker room, and he was like, "No, that doesn't count. I was distracted."
Wait, I was distracted.
So it was kind of funny to see one of the guards who had razzed him kind of get a taste of his own medicine.
By Elena nonetheless.
Right?
That's true. And then, let's see, right after that, Chief Zephyr shows up, and he basically immediately asks Elena to use her scepter to help find a missing baby jaquin that is loose in Viastrea.
It's actually kind of cool that the jaquins already know about all of the specific scepter powers. It's really showing how much they work, together as a team.
Okay, so Minx goes into full-on worried daddy freak-out mode. And Skylar's comment about that is hilarious. Becoming a dad hasn't changed you one bit. Okay, can you play
that.
Minx though? Yeah, it's kind of cute, and it shows a bit of character growth. It's really great. Also, Elena's poor fountain keeps getting bashed this time by Meek's head, but at least this time wasn't destroyed. We would really need Octavio again. But poor fountain, poor Meeks.
Yeah, and then Luna brings up a really great point about the enoki berries, and I thought it was hilarious how everyone just kind of thought she was messing around, like, this is no time for thinking about food. But I thought it was really interesting how they struggle to take her seriously, though, I mean, it's not too surprising. She's kind of known to be the comic relief of the trio, even more so than Skylar, so that was kind of interesting to watch.
Well, Luna was like, absolutely right. The baby jaquin was exactly where she thought he would be.
And now we know that spring, summer, that kind of transition period. Enoki berries are officially in season because there were, last I heard they were kind of rare in Avalor. They were pretty hard to find in Spy in the Palace and Three Jaquins and Princess. So Luna was able to find some, and it looks like they were like,
It's actually a great idea.
Yeah.
Very
a big bush full
very
of
much
them.
in season. Yeah.
And Luna destroyed it.
That's why yesterday I even
have
have
baby
seasons.
Jaquins, and they planted a little crop or something. But yeah, they were in season.
I like that idea. Yeah, but anyway, so Luna finds the bush, and she's really tempted to eat the berries from the bush herself, but then she kind of has to give her, a self, motivation talk and be like, no, I gotta take care of the baby first, which then gives her the idea to lure the baby into a cave. It just sounds kind of sketchy, but she lures the baby into a cave with the enoki berry bush.
Stranger with enoki berries.
Stranger danger.
Wait till you have kids, Amelia, and then you'll find yourself in a similar position.
I would trust Luna with my life, though. I think after this episode.
Oh my god. Sorry, I'm just dying at stranger danger.
It's applicable in all worlds.
Right. Okay. Whew. So then we see King Virago pays a visit to Avalor, which I was just like, wow, we get to see King Virago 2 episodes in a row. I mean, it's really cool also that, he's such a concerned ruler that he's checking after a lost baby. So it's kind of cool that he's checking after a lost baby. And then they ask King Virago what triggered the baby into running. And he said that the dragallos have escaped. And we'll talk a little bit more about them later and where they were inspired from, the legend and lore behind them.
So King Virago mentions his guard is having trouble, and Luna tells him that he should put her on the guard, which is actually very bold of her. I like how she knows what she wants, and she's not going to apologize for that. She knows her capabilities and what her dreams are. So yeah, a strong jaquin representation. We love it.
She sounds like a Leo, I'm just saying.
She probably is.
Actually, Yvette Nicole Brown is a Leo because she shares the same birthday as me.
Oh.
So there you go. Perfect.
Okay. This is canon now.
This is canon. Luna is a Leo.
Whatever system, whatever. But
Or beautiful diva.
Luna being a Leo is now canon.
Which is funny because this is a jaguar. It's a jaguar pretty much.
All right. So Virago, he's still kind of like he's still kind of, what do you call it? Shoot, I knew
Lawful good.
I was going to say something. Yeah, he's kind of uptight. He's still pretty uptight about the rules. You know what I mean? He asked why they should bend the rules in her case. Why should he bend
Cue the music, baby. Luna Gaga, Luna Donna, Luna Na.
That was amazing.
Beautiful.
Girl, Luna gives us the Jaquin Vogue performance to remember. A mix of Lady Gaga and Madonna with a splash of Luna was just such a joy to watch. It had us up on our feet, dancing along and doing the iconic Madonna Vogue poses, as I'm doing right now with my hands.
I love that visual. You're going to have to do a picture of that I can put in the video.
Yes.
Vogue. We should all do it.
Oh my god, the Voguing Princesses.
Yes, it was such a super fun song to not only sing along to, but show off them dance moves. Yvette Nicole Brown has some seriously amazing vocals, and she didn't hold back. What a talent to have!
Yes, and honestly, I think Chrissy just said it all about the song.
Skylar and Migs were sort of like, the backup dancers from like,
I was gonna
Single
say,
Ladies.
Yes,
Jaquin.
that
They
was
were
Oh,
perfect.
Single Ladies.
Well, sing lights. All right. So as mentioned before, Luna is pretty, she's pretty bold on what she wants, and actually, King Virago is also impressed. So he gives her a trial run.
Luna's excitement is super adorable, by the way. It's great to see that all of her friends are supporting her and, actually kind of like pushing her to do this as well.
Mm-hmm. I loved it. And then we see all of them heading off for Viastrea. And Luna is off to go join the guards, and Elaine and Skylar decide to go take a detour to visit the Sunbirds and see how far they've gotten on fixing Elena's scepter, which then makes you wonder if it's actually going to be fixed, and maybe the scepter will make appearances in upcoming episodes. I guess we'll just have to wait and find out.
Okay, Luna gets the pass and immediately joins in with the other ranks, even though she really has no clue what she's doing. It's part of the boldness, I guess. She's trying her best. She's trying her best. Her confidence really shines through here. Seeing as all the other guards aren't the most welcoming to her, they're pretty serious. But she doesn't let it bother her or deter her from her goal. She's eager and willing to do whatever it takes to fulfill her dream. You go, Luna.
Did you notice how much smaller Luna is than literally every other Kingsguard?
True, they're so buff.
She's tiny.
She's so cute.
I know. It's adorable.
Yeah, so once all the Jaquins are all lined up, this other Jaquin, who I don't think he ever got a name, did he? I couldn't find any name for him, but anyway, he comes in and he's kind of like, I don't know, like their research guy or something. But anyway, he comes in and he basically briefs all the other guards on the dragallos and describes that there's 3 of them. There's the stilts that eats trees and plants. There's Big Mouth that eats rocks, and then Rolly eats everything except for Jaquins and humans, hopefully, is what the Jaquin says.
Hopefully is a big word.
That's a big keyword. So that brings us to the legends and lore behind the dragallos. Craig Gerber mentioned on Twitter a while back that they were inspired by the Alebrijes, and I went and looked it up. And it turns out that most of the creatures in Viastrea are inspired by this. And they're basically brightly colored Mexican folk art sculptures of fantastical creatures, like mythical creatures that just, imaginary. The first Alebrijes, along with the use of the term, originated with artist Pedro Linares in Mexico City in 1936. And then Alebrijes are also what they called the Mexican spirit animals used in the Disney Pixar movie Coco. Just a little food for thought.
Oh, that's so cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, in regards to the previous thing where the Jaquin says, like, hopefully they don't eat other Jaquins and humans, Luna makes a joke saying, like, I heard that. But then the other Jaquin just kind of, like, stare at her and roll their eyes. They have no sense of humor.
So serious, geez.
Right.
Exactly.
She's going to bring some
Someone throw them a
color.
lamp because they need to lighten up.
Nice. That was an Elena-worthy pun. I love it.
Yes, well done. Okay, so King Virgo dismisses the guards but holds Luna back, saying he wants her to have a partner so she can learn how it's done, of course. Enter Tornado, voiced by Jennifer Lewis, Mama Odie from The Princess and the Frog. She's an older, experienced Jaquin who has no time for messing around and knows how to get things done.
Tornado makes it clear that she prefers to work alone, yet Luna still isn't intimidated, which is what we would expect from her. So, she just really wants to capture the dragallos and prove herself to King Virago so she can earn her place in the guard.
Well, it's that eagerness that leads her to have a rift immediately between the two. Luna loves to talk and will listen to Tornado because she's so confident on her abilities, but Tornado won't hear out Luna's ideas or give Luna a chance to prove herself because she's a rookie. While Tornado is experienced, she knows better, and yeah, that kind of pisses her off.
Maybe it's because like an age difference. Tornado seems very experienced and a bit older, and Luna, of course, is like quite young. Maybe just a personality clash. They're both determined yet very stubborn. Kind of reminds us of our favorite crown princess.
Yeah, it kind of feels
It's
like a
true.
parallel considering the pep talk they have later.
There are definitely some parallels there. So Tornado doesn't even suggest. She says, we're going to gather up these beans. And Luna's just like, what in the world are these for? And Tornado doesn't explain. She refuses to explain. She's just like, haha, you don't know everything, do you? Which, of course, brings Luna to rolling her eyes. And it just is a really good moment that shows like how they are so not on the same page.
Yeah, and so then the two are still kind of like bickering, I guess, just kind of like taking jabs at each other when they come across the first Dragallo, aka Stilt, who's cutting down almost like all the trees in Biostray, it seems. I can hear the Lorax screaming from here.
Oh my gosh.
Poor trees.
Exactly.
Luna, being the independent soul she is, she goes ahead of Tornado and tries to sneak up on Stilts and catch him herself. Unfortunately for Luna, Stilts hears her approaching and whips his tail back to set off the snap trap meant for him, which, bam, captures Luna instead.
And Tornado swoops in to save the day by throwing another snap trap, which Stilts captures in his mouth. Capturing Stilts, Tornado seems very pleased with herself. I can only imagine why. She seems very pleased to like rub it in Luna's face too.
Oh my goodness.
But it's basically, just proving her point and validating her own reasoning to be the lone wolf jaquin.
Definitely. Well, after Tornado sets Luna free, we see our sass Miss Luna back in action, saying how it was actually, in fact, Luna that swooped in to capture the Dragallo, and that she is Tornado's good luck charm. Maybe next episode we might see Luna with a four-leaf clover around her neck.
Anyway, Tornado is not impressed. She wants Luna to listen to her, not gallivant off on her own accord, but no surprise, Luna doesn't exactly do as she's told.
Enter Dragallo number 2, or Mumbo number 5.
A little bit of big mouth.
Goodness.
A little bit of big mouth.
That's what I need.
Yes. So exactly, Big Mouth is next, the rock eater. Tornado tells Luna to stay put, don't move and don't make a sound as she sets up a trap. Luna sees Big Mouth, but Tornado is heading in the opposite direction. Luna does what she does best and uses her instincts to try catch Big Mouth. But of course, she didn't listen to Tornado and gets captured herself in a trap Tornado sent again. Luna tells Tornado that they are supposed to be a team as she flies off to capture Big Mouth, successfully in another snap trap. Tornado 2, Luna 0.
Oh no. But the two do eventually return to King Virago with both of the captured dragallos. And it was really cool to see King Virago offer compliments and praises for their teamwork. And, then he complimented himself. I knew it would be a good idea to partner them up. But then we see the girls do not agree with this. And they both just like, well, she did this and she did that. And, it's like Bobo and Kakawate shape-shifting into Jaquins.
Oh,
Flashback.
that's accurate.
And they're like, we cannot work together. Please, you have to separate us. And he's just like, nope. This guy's been around the block a few times, having ruled for 50 years. So he's just like, nope.
He knows what's up.
He does know what's up. Yes. He's like, you guys are both partners. He's pretty wise. So, this is kind of like that rock, almost the rock bottom. We haven't quite gotten there yet, but they're both feeling just really like discouraged as they both are like, no, I want to work alone. And so Tornado leaves and Elena and Skylar come, and Luna's so happy to see Elena, which is cool because, Elena's awesome.
Of course. And then, so Luna obviously wants to talk about what's happened throughout the day and stuff, and she wants to talk to Elena specifically alone without Skylar, probably because she needs one of Elena's famous pep talks.
Those are the
But
best.
anyway, Skylar, I love Skylar. Skylar doesn't mind at all. He just curls up for a little bit of a quick cat nap. And he's like, go on, talk. I'll just sit here and sleep. And so,
I won't hear a thing.
Relatable.
So that brings us to a beautiful shot of Elena and Luna sitting off the cliff, looking at the Jaquin Palace in the evening. Luna expresses how when she was a young cub, she would fly up to that same spot and watch the King's Guard take off, reminiscing about how she dreamt about joining them one day. However, now she's feeling a little bit of indifference towards, Tornado, rightfully so. And Luna mentions how Tornado is kind of cold-hearted and going out of her way to make Luna look bad.
Into Dr. Phil. Sorry, Dr. Elena. Elena asks how she is making Luna look bad, and Luna goes on about to say how Tornado is telling her what to do. Dr. Elena tells Luna that it's not exactly that bad, and to Luna's shock horror, asks Elena, whose side are you on, girl? And of course, our sweet Princess Elena reassures her that she is always on Luna's side, but offers a pearl of wisdom to listen to what Tornado has to say, as she has been on the King's Guard a long time versus Luna's one day. Luna is instantly unimpressed, as she thinks it's Luna's way or the highway. Not accepting Elena's advice, she asks Elena to join them tomorrow and talk to Tornado. Flashing Elena that gorgeous smile, Elena tells Luna that she will be there, as it's important to her. Having a gorgeous wee hug at the end just shows how strong their friendship and bond is. Beautiful.
it is. And then we move on to day number 2, which is more dragallos roundup. And so Elena comes along with Luna and Tornado this time in her very stylish adventure outfit, which I will always be jealous of.
Love them.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
Yeah, and they discuss the capturing of Raleigh, which is the little one that eats everything. And so Luna says she thinks that he will be the easiest to catch, which Tornado instantly jumps up with a comment like, yeah, if you do it the right way. And then Elena's like, well, then what is the right way? Which Tornado really seems to like, that someone actually has a question and wants to learn from her instead of just kind of doing their own thing. And so she explains that they need to sneak in quietly. She pointedly looks at Luna at this part.
Yes.
And then they have to plant one of the snap traps in front of the animal and basically drive Raleigh into the trap.
And now, we see Dragallo number 3. Luna, of course, disregards Tornado's advice and bolts down to capture him. And I felt so bad. Like, I think I screamed a little when Elena fell off Luna. And that was a long drop. She fell into a bush. And this time it wasn't even Elena's, like the last time she fell off a jaquin, she passed out. This time it was just Luna wasn't even paying attention to. She had a passenger.
Thankfully, our sweet princess was unscathed. She jumps up and she sees the dragallo.
Oh.
Lunchtime, he thinks.
boy.
I loved that part where she was just like, "Oh, look how cute he is." Oh, not so cute.
And he's
That
like,
kind
yum,
of
yum,
freaked
yum,
me
yum,
out.
yum.
I could only think how badly this could have ended.
Oh my goodness, right?
Yes.
And so, yeah, the dragallos, it's like a game, hungry, hungry dragallos instead of the hungry, hungry hippos. They're just going to eat everything in their path.
I would play that.
That sounds like a fun game.
Cute.
Not for Elena.
No. Instead of the balls, it's like trees and rocks. A little mini Elena. No.
Seriously.
Oh my gosh.
So we see Luna calm down, but she gets stuck in some vines. Throwback to Jaquin Mateo
Oh yeah.
from his Shapeshifters when he was trying to help out Elena. He too got stuck in the old vines.
Did.
Luckily, Tornado has to come and swoop in and save Elena, but in do so, Raleigh escapes. Luna sees that it's because she didn't listen to Tornado after all. It put Elena in harm's way. Sad and upset with herself, she wants to quit the King's Guard. King Virago asks Tornado if this is true, and Tornado says she tried to train her, but then looks over at Luna and is taken aback a bit with how sad actually Luna looks. King Virago tells Luna to return to Avalor to the Guardians and for Tornado to catch the last dragallo.
So this is the rock bottom moment.
Yes.
Luna flies back out of Avalor with Elena on her back, and it is time for Pep Talk round 2. Elena kind of gives Luna a hard time, saying, I can't believe you quit, and neither can Luna. Dr. Elena explains that Tornado was giving her some great advice, but Luna didn't listen. And Luna's retort is just, well, if I can't do it my way. But, Elena reminded her that, like, hey, I mess up too, and I have a whole grand council giving me advice. And I thought it was really interesting how Luna pointed out, well, you don't always listen. I've been waiting for that little, like, nudge at Elena, like that acknowledgement for a long time. And Elena's just like, oh, well, I regret it too. So, shrug.
Yeah, but it was a good moment though.
Oh, yeah, it was wonderful.
Like,
Listen in life, kids. When you stop and truly listen, you always wind up learning something new. Never truer words spoken, Miss Castillo Flores.
so Rolly has been spotted, but oh no, Tornado hasn't seen the Spider-Man up ahead. Yep, he's got AirPods on.
And Luna has to warn her, but it's too late. The vine has captured its next victim.
Oops.
She says, big green mother. Sorry, I went little evil plans. The plans in this show are evil. Esteban knew something all along. Then we have Realm of the Jaquins. Plans.
Why don't we have a magical royal gardener or something to get rid of all these evil plants, man? Because
wow. And you won't see.
For real.
And of course, with Tornado all wrapped up, Rolly dodges the trap.
No. Well, Luna's kind of freaking out, but Tornado's like, listen up and listen good. It's up to you. And, she tells her exactly what she needs to do. And Luna sounds like she comes up with her own idea based on that advice. So that's pretty cool.
Woo! And indeed, just like in the beginning of the episode, Luna solves the problem with Helloooo berries.
Dun, dun, dun.
She's using the same, she's using the same technique to capture Rolly. Rolly my Helloooo berries. Then the thing is that I love how it signifies that hey, Luna can be herself, she can have her own way of solving problems, but still she's got to implement the things learned from people who are more experienced than her, kind of like Elena does in the first place. She listens to Tornado this time, but she does it her way, it's kind of a compromise. It's good.
Definitely. And just like that, Luna captures Rolly in the cave and in the snap trap. Woohoo! Go Luna! Woo! Superhero pose on fleek.
So the 3 dragallos have been taken to the magical sealed portal thingy, and all is good.
Oh, I loved the Mama Dragallo. She is so not pleased with her.
Do you want to bet that this joke was specifically made by Tom Rogers? That's a really Tom Rogers joke.
It probably was.
Yeah, it was really cute too. It was cute and funny.
I loved it.
Mama Dragallo, she mad. Oh, she mad at those 3 dragallos. She grabs them by the ears, pulls them in, and right back in the shield they go.
Just wait till your father hears about this.
Oh, right.
I don't know about you, but that's what was playing in my head.
Yeah, it's actually what must have happened.
So then we see Luna and Tornado. They made up, which is pretty awesome. Luna tells King Virago that it was actually Tornado who helped catch the first 2 dragallos, and her advice helped catch the 3rd one.
And which was really sweet. Tornado matches the kind words by saying that Luna actually taught her a trick or 2, which was really cool. And really cool for her to acknowledge as well.
Yes. And between both of them, King Virago's super impressed, and he tells Luna that she has earned her place on the King's Guard, which is just, yay! I'm so happy for her.
Oh, she's come
She
so
deserves
far.
it.
Yeah. Tornado says that she does partners after all, only if she is the right one. And that is so cute, signifying that Luna is indeed the right partner after all. Oh,
Oh, that was so
yay!
great.
It's great how you see people who are so different, or jaquins, yeah, jaquins.
Yeah.
That are so different with classic personalities and ideals, working together for a cause, for a better cause. And in this case, they both grew through this experience, and it's really nice.
So the episode ends with Elena, Luna, Skylar, and Miggs sitting on the cliff looking at the palace. Elena, she tells Luna she's super proud of her, and Luna sheds a tear and she's like, I don't want to cry in front of the boys. Ruin my image. And the boys are like, what image? Cry as much as you want.
Burn!
So funny. So they watch, and this part just really this part was just really touching. Like, they watch Luna fly off back to Australia as they shout for Australia, for Avalor. And to me, this really, it was kind of even though this is like a side episode, it kind of signified change. Like, Luna's not an Avalor guardian anymore. She's going to be working in Australia. So does that mean that we won't be seeing her much anymore? Is this a parallel for things that are going to be happening closer to home in future episodes? I don't know. We just have to wait and see. But I felt like this was a really important moment in general. Yeah. But then also watching her fly in front of the moon, I thought that was really cool with her name being Luna, like the moon.
definitely.
Yeah. Super beautiful.
All right. So hopefully that isn't the last time, we see Luna. I mean, we did see King Virago in the last few episodes, and we hardly saw him before that. So maybe that's symbolism for her coming back a little bit more, just as all right, ladies. So that was definitely a packed episode. What were your favorite parts?
Okay, I'll go.
Yeah.
Besides the bright coloured and funny dragallos, I absolutely adored the skies in this episode. We had the bright blue skies during the daytime, and then to dusk and the night sky, the colours just used were absolutely beautiful. They honestly looked like they were just plucked from a painting. They were very pretty.
Oh, I love that.
Very nice. My favorite part has to be the dragallo mommy scolding. I mean, it could be mommy scolding. It could be maybe daddy scolding. Maybe daddy's like, this is the last time we're doing this without your mama, I don't know. I just thought that was cute. Relatable.
Yes.
So my favorite part, I'd have to say definitely one of them is Luna's song. I loved it so much. It was just so catchy and just fit her personality so well, and it was also stuck in my head for days after I heard it, which is a good thing because it was an awesome song. And on a different note, though, I also really loved seeing more of Australia and gain more info on the different creatures there and how their royal guard works in comparison to Avalor's and whatnot. And just those little world building details, they always really appeal to me, and I just really love seeing them.
I think you girls have covered me, actually. That's all the parts I loved as well. I loved Luna's real funny one-liners and her song, and the animation in this episode was really good, so colorful. It's always good to be back in Australia for that reason. And that little joke about the Dragallo mommy scolding the troublemaking children was really cute. It kind of sounds like you thought they were kind of mischievous monsters, but they actually have a family. That's kind of cute.
Yeah.
She just needed a little chunkler.
I know.
A little
I was waiting
baby
for
one.
that to pop up,
Oh, boy.
Shoe.
I think my favorite part, all of that stuff is just great. It was hard to pick just one favorite thing, but I think if I had to pick one thing, it would be the bonding moments between Elena and Luna. I especially loved Elena giving, how many pep talks did she get this episode? 2, 3?
Yeah, I think
At
it's about
least
2.
But my favorite part of that was Elena admitting that she often regrets not slowing down to listen, because that's just been such a constant theme in the series. Watching Elena well, I disagree, and I'm going to do this anyway. And sometimes it works out, but oftentimes it doesn't. So it was just really, it was just a good character development, actually, for both of them, I thought, in those moments.
This is true.
All right. So what an amazing episode. We all love seeing Luna's character development grow and to change the position to mention. Whether it's a permanent change or if she's just a guardian on the side, we just had so much fun watching her through her song, her ups and downs, and even making a new friend. Luna, we are super proud of you and can't wait to see what the future has in store.
Yay! Okay, just before we leap into our next segment, what a month of TV bloopers with Game of Thrones in the famous Starbucks coffee cup, aka the paper cup. Jamie's missing golden hand, and of course, Elena of Avalor was no exception, with having a teeny tiny blooper of her own this episode. Her royal scepter mysteriously appeared in 2 scenes this episode. Dun dun dun!
Oops.
We know in the previous episode she left it with the Sunbird oracles to be repaired, and she even went to check on it in the beginning of this episode, but did not return with it. But somehow it magically appeared for 2 small scenes.
On her defense, it's kind of difficult to part with a scepter. It's been there for so long.
It's like her defining object.
Yes.
So next, we're going to go over speculations for our next Elena of Avalor episode, Naomi Knows Best. Girls, what you think?
Well, the official episode synopsis says that when Elena, Esteban, and Mateo fall for a trap and are captured, it's up to Naomi to rescue her friends from their captors' clutches.
Okay, so we know that they get caught thanks to early spoilers by the iTunes description and our California princess, Tom Rogers. But how exactly do they get caught? The greatest speculation right now is that the Dragallos are involved, since they are the main villains of the story at the moment. But as podcast princesses have so crazy theories, take it away, Chrissy.
Okay, guys. Set the scene. Esteban, Elena, and Mateo are going on a beach picnic, of course. The sand at their toes, the waves crashing against the shore. Oh my gosh! The water spirit from Wizard in Training is back! The snow melted together and formed a mega water spirit! Dun dun dun! Naomi is on the boat and sees that the water spirit has captured them and has to save the day.
I'm sorry, I can't top that.
Oh boy. Let's just call that the official podcast of the speculation.
Yes.
That was amazing.
Bill me later.
I'm not sure anybody else can come up with
I don't
that.
know. Like, mine are so boring compared to that.
Literally gold.
Petition to give Chrissy her own TV show.
Yeah. Or at least children's book series. I would buy those.
Definitely.
All right, guys. You know what we want next. Let them go to the beach 2K19.
I know.
Comparing, I like it.
Out last time.
Okay, on a slightly more serious note, I guess I can toss in just my speculation. Like, the last time we had an episode with Naomi's name in it, My Fair Naomi, it turned out that Naomi wasn't as good as, the title of the episode made it sound. So I kind of wondered if it was time for her to mess up again. Maybe she would, get a big head or something, and it just wouldn't work out. And so I don't know.
Yeah, the newest description makes it seem like she's not so confident about her saving her friends. So, who knows,
that's right.
really?
There is another description, isn't there? Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. All right. Naomi knows best. That's what I need. Okay, I found it. When Victor, Carla, and Ash capture Elena and her friends, Naomi must trust her instinct to save them.
Oh, it does say it's the Dragallos.
Yes.
Right.
So, spoiler alert. So Naomi has to trust her instincts. So maybe my initial speculation isn't so good.
Nah, it's okay. I mean, that's how series are. They're supposed to subvert your expectations. I don't know.
Exactly. I'm still rooting for the beach.
Oh yeah, the bitch is a mast.
Wait, what?
Okay, girls, so I think that's it for now. So I'd like to thank you, ladies, for being amazing as always. And thank you to all of our listeners all over the world. You guys are amazing. We can't wait for you to join us next time. And make sure to check us out on Twitter or Instagram for news, fun games, and resources you will not want to miss. And make sure you never miss an episode by subscribing to our channel on YouTube, iTunes, or SoundCloud. And if you are feeling extra generous, leave us some feedback because we love hearing from our listeners. Until next time, wings up, amigos. Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye.